So in this video, I'm gonna break down what a book launch team does, how to recruit people for your team, so that way you can set up your team for your next book launch event. I hate to break it to you, but the purpose of having a book launch event is not just for people to purchase your book. They can do that on your website, they can do that on Amazon, they can do that on Ingram Spark, at a bookstore. That is not the main focus of having a book launch event. What the main focus of your book launch event should be is to get people to fall in love with you as an author while also buying your book while they're there. So that way they're more invested in the work that you're doing. So that way they buy book number 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. But you can only really start building those connections with your customers if you have a successful book launch event that they are, 1, aware of, and 2, have a good time at. But being an author is a one-person job. And when it comes time for planning your book launch event, that's one of the few times where being a solo can definitely hurt. And that's why having a book launch team can be really vital in making your event a success. It's up to you to decide if you want your book launch team to be more of the pre-work, or they want them to be more of the during the event work, or if you want them to be there for both of those aspects of your book launch event. But focusing on the pre-book launch activities they could be doing, your book launch team can be the main driver of marketing for your event. Whether you have 1 million followers or just a few, having a book launch team that is gonna help you with the marketing of your event is gonna be so vital to getting the word out. I don't know if you scrolled on social media lately, but I know for me personally, I struggle to see the people that I actually follow on social media when I'm just scrolling through my algorithm, because Instagram and Facebook is feeding me information that they want me to have, with just a little bit here and there of things that I actually want to see. And that's the same thing I want you to keep in mind when it comes to marketing your event. Yes, you can have a really big platform where you're posting events flyers and you're letting people know that you have this great event coming up, but the algorithm sometimes is working against you. And so one of the best ways you can do to combat that is by having a dedicated group of people who are also sharing your flyers and your information and letting people know that this event is going on their platforms as well. And that helps to make sure that not only are people seeing your flyer, but it's also expanding your message to networks and communities that you may not be aware of. If you have your friend post a flyer about your event, the people that they know, you may know 5 out of 10 of those people, but those other 5 can help make sure that other people know about your event and are more aware of it to get them in the room. So having a book launch team for that pre-event work can be really important when it comes to building anticipation for your event. So simple things like liking or commenting on your posts, reposting them, posting it themselves on their own social media platforms as well. These are all things that are gonna help build momentum, generate interest and curiosity for people to see what is this event that's going on that so many people are talking about. Because honestly, you may not have a big budget to purchase Facebook ads or Instagram ads or different things like that. So this is a good, affordable way for you to generate buzz and a swell of interest by having your book launch team help you with the marketing. Now on the back end, that does require you to create the flyers or create the promotional materials and create the captions to provide for them if you just don't want them just simply reposted for you. But these are things that I definitely think are worth it to help make your event a big success and to get the word out. And this is something that I already talk about a little bit on my channel when it comes to how to plan a book launch in 90 days. This phase of building momentum cannot be understated, but it helps if you have other people there helping you along the way. Something else they can be doing during this pre-event time period is that they could be doing early reviews of your book. So when you're getting ready to do your book launch, if your book is already ready to go, I highly recommend that you have them read your book in advance and to leave reviews on whatever platform you're selling your book. So that way when you fully launch at your event, there are already reviews on your book there, so that way people can start gathering their own opinions and thoughts based on what they're seeing for reviews. Don't know about you, but I know for me, when I'm making a purchase, I always look to see what are other people saying about the item that I want to buy before I actually buy it. So your book launch team is also a great way for you to get early reviews in, so that way more people are interested in buying your book because it has reviews that are hopefully positive that can generate a lot more interest. So definitely having a book launch team to do that pre-work to build that momentum is going to be so crucial. But that's just one way a book launch team can help for the success of your event. They also can be really useful day of. Now, this is something that I didn't do for my first book launch event, but for my second one, baby, I had my book launch team there ready to go because I learned from my first book launch event that I cannot be Superwoman, Wonder Woman, Starfire, Raven, Batgirl. I couldn't be anything superhero related. I could only be myself. So I needed a team of people. So for my second book launch event, I had my book launch team not only help me with the marketing, but I had them there the day of to alleviate so much stress for me. Now, if you're confused on what stress that you could be going through, everyone is coming to see you. But if you're also doing the event planning and the coordinating and the setup and the teardown, it's hard for you to be engaged with your customer and give them the experience that they want when you're worried about decorations and food and music and setup. And so having a dedicated group of volunteers is going to be so crucial to help mitigate that stress to make your event fun for you as well, and not just for people coming. If you're curious about what your team could be doing at the actual book launch event, here are some tasks that you can give them. You can have someone be a guide to help people get from the parking lot to the actual room in the building if the layout is a little bit confusing. You can have someone be the photographer if you don't want to pay for a photographer. Designating someone to take photos of your event is going to be really crucial so that way you have photos on the back end. You can have someone be the timekeeper because you should have an agenda for that event. And as we know, venues are charging you by the hour. So we need to make sure we're staying on time. You can easily lose track of time. So having someone who is dedicated to make sure that things are running smoothly is going to be really important. You can also have someone help you with, of course, setup and tear down of your actual event. You can have someone be the masters of ceremony, right? Someone that's going to introduce what's happening next and gather everyone's attention when it's time to get started. And what I think is the most important role that someone should have at your book launch event is being the store manager, because that's something that you don't think about. Because at vendor events, for example, you're the one at the table collecting the payment and giving the book to someone. But at your book launch event, you may be over here talking to someone else, you may be over there taking a photo with someone, over here autographing a book. So you don't really have time or capacity to make sure that the sales are being made correctly. So having someone you trust that has your Square or has your cash box, who is willing to take those payments for you, and again, like I said, someone that you trust, is gonna be really important because you just don't have the time to sit at that table when you have so many other people engaging with you. So if you have no one do anything else during your book launch event, have someone help you with setup, have someone help you with teardown, have someone be your store manager to do those sales. It's gonna be so important so that way it alleviates stress and make your event so much more relaxing and enjoyable for you. And I know I'm mentioning all these things that a book launch team can do, but please don't be intimidated by the word team. A book launch team can be a solid group of 2, 3, 4. I recommend that a good book launch team really only needs to be about 5 people. You don't need to have an army of people to have a good book launch team. What you do need is a strong group of people who are dedicated to see you succeed as an author at your event. So when it comes to recruiting people for your book launch team, here's what I want you to keep in mind. Yes, your friends and family want you to be successful and they're really supportive of you, but they may not be the best people for your book launch team. Not to say that they're not supportive, but for your book launch team, ideally, I say you should set up your book launch team 60 days in advance of your book launch event. And if you can't do 60 days, at least 30 days out. But you want someone that's gonna be consistently there to support you. And that's no knock against your friends or family. They may repost one flyer or they may do one thing for you, but you need someone that's gonna at least be able to do 4 back-to-back things to help you make your event a success. And that may not be every single supportive person in your family. That may be your aunt, that may be your mom, that may be your dad, that may be your best friend, that may be your random friend from high school that actually wants to help. So being open-minded about the people who could be on your book launch team is gonna be really useful because you don't know who's gonna step up for you in that moment. So when it comes to recruiting people, of course, I'm not gonna tell you not to recruit family and friends. But I also want to encourage you to expand your network to recruit other people as well. So if you have a LinkedIn or you want to use your own personal social media on Instagram or Facebook, and just telling people, hey, I'm getting ready for my book launch. I'm looking for a few people who want to volunteer to be a part of my book launch team. It's low commitment, low effort. I'm just going to ask you to do just a few things for me leading up to the event. I would greatly appreciate the support. If you do that message to people, you'll be surprised by the people who actually reach out to say, oh yeah, I want to help out. You might also get fellow authors who understand the struggle of doing a book launch event and want to help make sure that your event runs smoothly as well. So like I said, doing that post on your social media, on Instagram and Facebook, or doing it on a place like LinkedIn. If you already have your own email listserv, emailing your listserv to see who wants to be a part of it, it can be a really useful way for you to recruit people for your team. I'm not saying you have to do like a formal application process, but definitely doing those things will be really useful. And don't forget, once this is all said and done, and you've posted your flyer, and you've had your event, you've made your sales, and you're kicked back and you're relaxed, and you're so proud of yourself for having a book launch event, please, 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 don't forget to thank your team. Whether you have the money to give them a small token of appreciation, like a gift card or something like that, or even just a nice handwritten note. Thanking them for the work that they've done is always going to be something that you cannot understate the value of, especially if you're going to do another book launch, you're going to need your team again. But just on a human level, thanking someone for volunteering their time, their energy, their effort to support you and your dreams cannot be understated. At the end of the day, having a book launch event is one of the best ways that you can ensure that your event is a success and as stress-free as possible. And another way that you can make sure your author's journey is as stress-free as possible is by subscribing to the Author's Heartbeat. Because on this channel, we have a wealth of resources here to make sure you do not have to walk this author's journey by yourself in confusion. There's tutorials, videos, and support to help you every step of the way.